Last year, my daughter asked me a kasha. At the end of Parshas Yisro, it says, that you're not allowed to go up to the Mizbeach with steps. We can't make wide steps, a psia gasa is a bezoyin to the Mizbeach, and therefore we have to go up with a ramp. So we find that in Ba'aloischa we go up to Menorah. Rashi brings down from Mishnah in Talmud that we go up to the Menorah with 3 steps, and over there also there's going to be a psia gasa. We're going up with steps to the Menorah. What's the difference between the Mizbeach and the Menorah? So it turns out that there's 2 terutzim that the Achronim give to this kasha, but both of them don't seem to work with the famous kal v'chomer that Rashi brings down at the end of the parasha from the Mechilta, that Rashi explains that that we have to learn up from the way the Torah treated the Mizbeach, we have to learn up to how we should treat our fellow Jew. The first teretz that they say is that v'loisal b'malos al mizbachי is only a halacha about the Mizbeach. That we can't go up and make a mezoyin to the Mizbeach itself, just to something that's called a Mizbeach. V'loisal b'malos al mizbachī. And the ramp, the kevesh, had a halacha of the Mizbeach itself. It was part of the Mizbeach. And since it had a halacha like the Mizbeach, so therefore, if I would go up, if I would make a psia gas, if I would make wide steps on the ramp itself, that would be a bezoyin to what's now called the Mizbeach. And the Torah doesn't allow us to be mevaza, to embarrass the Mizbeach. But that's only the Mizbeach. And this halacha is a very specific halacha. It's very exclusive to the Mizbeach, and it doesn't include anything else, and it certainly doesn't include the Menorah, and therefore we have no problem. That would be the teretz why we could go up with steps to the Menorah, but not to the Mizbeach. The problem is that Rashi brings down the kal v'chomer, and Rashi says that we should learn up from the way the Torah treated the stones. And the Torah said that even though a stone has no feelings, and it doesn't know how we're treating it, and it doesn't feel bad when we treat it, when we embarrass it, and the Torah said that we still have to, for ourselves, we have to still respect it and not embarrass it. So chavirecha shu b'dmus yoytzucha u'makbar b'zyane. He does feel bad. Alachas kama v'kama. That's how Rashi finishes the parasha. The question is, but v'loisal b'malos mizbachī was a very exclusive halacha about a mizbeach. It's not inclusive. It doesn't include other things. It doesn't even include other kelim in the mizbeach itself that have more kedusha. So it certainly doesn't include your friend. It doesn't include any person. It's very exclusive. It's only talking about the mizbeach. So how could we say that on one hand the Torah is only talking about the Mizbeach and only something that's called the Mizbeach and not even the Menorah, and then on the other hand say that learn up from this Pasuk how we should treat a friend? And the other teretz that they say on this kasha, the stirium between the Mizbeach and the Menorah, is really the Mechilta itself, and it's the same Mechilta that Rashi brings down the kal v'chomer. The Mechilta at the end of Parshas Yisro says, "If loisal b'malos al mizbachī asher lo sigala avoscha olav." So it says olav yata pesei psia gasa v'lata pesei psia gasa b'hekel b'kodesh hakadoshim. That the halacha of loisal b'malos al mizbachī is not just talking about the mizbeach, like the Achronim want to say, but it's only talking about in the mizbeach area in the courtyard, and not on something, not in the Heichel, in the Kodesh HaKadosh. So it's a Mefurish drasha that says that Olav v'loi beheichel b'Kodesh HaKadoshim, and therefore the Menorah, which was clearly in the Heichel, we have no such halacha, and over there you could even go psia gasi, you could go with steps, and therefore the kasha is not shver. But the problem is that again, if loisal b'malos al mizbachī is only exclusively talking about the Mizbeach, and it's not even talking about the Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim, so again, how can we learn up the kal v'chomer that Rashi brings down to chavirecha, to another person. It doesn't even include the area of the kodesh and the kodesh HaKadoshim. It certainly doesn't include another person, a person. How can it include a person? It's very specific, only talking about the Mizbeach. Now, why did the Torah say that I can only not be Mavazin the Mizbeach and not the Kodesh HaKadoshim? It doesn't say. It seems to be Exeres HaKasav. But to go and say to exclude the Hechem, the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and to include the Chavirecha there doesn't seem to be any reason for that. And it's even more shver, because now we're talking about the same Mechilta. And it's the Mechilta that's right next to each other. Mechilta first says the drasha of Olav Veloy Behechel V'Kodesh HaKadoshim. And the Mechilta says, because I would have thought to include the Hechel and the Kodesh HaKadoshim, because the Hechel and the Kodesh HaKadoshim are more Kedusha than the Mizbeach. But no. The Talmud Loima, Olav, the Talmud Loima, Shloisig Olav, Asko Olav, Boi Iata Percepsi, Yisera, Avalata Percepsi, Yisera Behechel V'Kodesh HaKadoshim. And then, the straight into the kal v'chomer that Rashi brings, Varei Dvarim, kal v'chomer, Umayim, Avonim, this halacha that chavirecha you could learn up. So on one hand, the Torah is excluding the kodesh and the kodesh HaKadoshim, and then right there the Mechilta is including the chavirecha is including your friend. How do we do that? And I've seen that there are those Mefarshim on the Mechilta that say that somehow there's a break in this Mechilta, and you have to say that it's not that it's a machlokes. I want to say that Rashi, the way Rashi brings down the kal v'chomer from the Mechilta about chavirecha, your friend, Rashi adds in a few words, and Rashi is coming to explain this chilek. He's coming to explain the chilek in between Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim and Chavirecha. Why Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim are excluded, and by the Menorah it's no problem to have steps, but your friend is included in this halacha. Because Rashi, when he brings it down, Umay avonim halol she'im behem das lahakbar al bizyonim amr Torah hoil v'yesh behem tzorech. Rashi says a reason. Not everything you can't embarrass, but only something's hoil v'yesh behem tzorech. That this is something that's yesh behem tzorech, and therefore loitenig behem mini b'zayin. Where did Rashi get that from, and why is he adding it in? So I want to explain that Rashi, with a little bit of an introduction. We have another such halacha, the Pasuk before that talks about another halacha about the Mizbeach. That the Mizbeach cannot be used. You can't use a knife to cut the stones. It has to be whole stones. It can't be guzzes. It can't be stones that were cut to size. Now over there also there's a halacha. The Mechilta learns up that it's only halacha legabe the Mizbeach. It's not a halacha legabe the Hechel and the Kodesh HaKadoshim. And over there, so in other words, it seems to be an exclusive halacha, only the Mizbeach. But then over there, also Rashi brings down the halacha about your friend. That just like the Mizbeach is matel shalom, it brings peace in between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Avim and Klal Yisrael. It brings peace because it gives us a kapara. We're able to bring karbonis and get rid of our sins that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that's what the Mizbeach does. So it brings peace in between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Klal Yisrael. So therefore, that's why the Torah said that you shouldn't bring a knife to a stone that's going to go on the Mizbeach. Kal v'chomer, a friend that brings peace in between peoples, between nations, between governments. Such a thing, for sure, lo tavi olav peranis. Now, how does that halacha extend to your friend that's matel shalom, and it excludes the kodesh and the kodesh HaKadoshim? I think over there it's very clear that although the Kodesh and the Kodesh HaKadoshim have more Kedusha, they're much holier than the Mizbeach. They're much more, there's more Kedusha in the Kodesh and more Kedusha, and much more Kedusha in the Kodesh HaKadoshim, but they're not Matel Shalom. They're very special places, but their role is not to bring peace in between Klal Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore, this halacha of kichar b'cha hinaftalel v'tchalel, they loisivna esen gazes, is only talking about something that brings peace. Something that brings peace. The halacha is that you shouldn't cut it to size with a knife. You shouldn't use a knife which is used for killing. You shouldn't use for something that's used for peace. And the Mizbeach has the halacha as a matel shalom, something that makes peace. The Kodesh and the Kodesh HaKadoshim, as much as, even though they have tremendous amount of Kedusha, but they're not a matel shalom. If you're not a matel shalom, so therefore you could still use a nice knife to them because they're not bringing peace. If you're not bringing peace, you don't have this halacha of a knife. So therefore, it does include the Mizbeach. It includes a friend, a person, another person that's making peace between people, but it excludes the Kodesh and the Kodesh HaKadoshim. So I think the same thing is with our Pasuk. The next Pasuk is talking about V'leisal b'malos al Mizbechi, where the Torah says that it's only Asher le'sigala avoscha olav, only on the Mizbeach and not on the Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim. Why? What are we talking about here? So Rashi says it's olav. What are we talking about? It's hoil v'yesh be'em tzorech. That again, the Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim have tremendous amount of kedusha, and obviously we had this. Most of Klal Yisrael wasn't allowed to go there, and there's all different halachas of Torah that for the Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim, but its role was not for kapara. And therefore, it's not something, and its role is, Klal Yisrael has an opportunity, a tremendous opportunity to bring keteris and light the Menorah and the lechem aponim, and even the Kohen Gadol has a chance to go into the lefnei lefnim, to the Kodesh HaKadoshim once a year. But it's not a yesh b'em tzorech. It's not something that's fulfilling one of our needs of a kapara. And that's why this halacha of loisal b'malos al Mizbechi is only on something that's fulfilling one of our needs. Don't take advantage of something that you have to come onto that you're using. That's not halacha of loisal b'malos al Mizbechi. That's how Rashi. That's why Rashi is inserting into this kal v'chomer. Amar Torah hoil v'yesh behem tzorech loisenig behem menig b'zayin. Since we have a need, since it's fulfilling one of our needs, loisenig behem menig b'zayin. Chaveirecha, your friend also. A friend, it could be fulfilling many of your needs that you have for any all different kinds of needs that a person has that he gets from his neighbor, from his friend. He also, I have a need for him, and therefore I shouldn't be noig behem menig b'zayin. The Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim, as much as important and as holy as they are, it's not something that's yesh behem tzorech. And if it's not yesh behem tzorech, it's not included in this pasuk. So therefore, v'loisal b'malos al Mizbechi, although so the question we started with is it inclusive or exclusive? Is it including the Mizbeach and Chaveirecha? But how does it exclude the Kodesh and Kodesh HaKadoshim? The answer is it includes everything that's yesh be'em tzorech. That's how Rashi is learning. The v'loisal b'malos al Mizbechi is everything that's yesh be'em tzorech, everything that's fulfilling a specific need that we have. Lo teneg behem menig b'zayin. Don't take advantage and be mevazit. Something that's added, something that's special, something that's even holy, and it's much holier than Chaveirecha and the Mizbeach. But it's not a yesh be'em tzorech. It's not included in this halacha of Asher le'sigala avoscha olav, this specific b'zayin.